So some of the easiest underpriced trades right now, guys, they're in the cryptocurrency because nobody believes that they can drop any substantially lower. But the fact is, in the story of Coin, which is Coinbase, we may have one of the greatest underappreciated short selling opportunities of all times, because Coin does not trade weekly options, so the only options you can buy on it, they are monthly. And guys, they are super cheap right now. Like earlier yesterday and this morning, you could have bought 230 strike contracts in Coin at like $1. And that is potentially a 50x trade. 50 times what you put in the trade, guys. So for every $1,000 you would invest in that, you could potentially get $50,000 back. So let me break the trade down for you and show you exactly how it is mathematically possible to arrive at this, and what shouldn't even be as a surprise. Now, it is a surprise to you if you are highly bullish in cryptocurrencies, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're bullish on crypto too. It's just understanding when it's time to collect the gains and get the chips off the table and walk away and initiate the other side of the equation, which is profiting on the drop, so you can increase your chips overall for the next quarter. It's important to understand those moments in the market because they're truly pressures, and this is how you can increase your stakes in any type of crypto coin or coin substantially. In this particular case, you can do it on shorting Coinbase Global. And it highly resembles the situation many years ago. You're going to be shocked which stock is actually going to point chart-wise exactly what's about to happen to Coin, and that is Facebook. Guys, if you look in the history of Facebook, there was a point when Facebook went public at $38 a share. Let me bring this up for you so you can actually see this. Okay, so years ago, as you can see, in 2012, Facebook goes public. What happens on the day of the IPO? Okay, let me show you. Let me help you visualize exactly what happens. Well, the stock opens in the 30s, and it moves all the way to the 40s, hitting the climax point just under $50, pretty much within the same day. Now, what happens next is something that nobody expects at that particular moment in time. It drops to $26 within a week. It bounces back to this level right here. It bounces back to this level right here, about $31, $32, and then it collapses to this level of $17 and some change right here. Now, all of it actually happens, guys, within the very brief moment, within 30 days after Facebook goes public. So if we're to measure the drop from the initial IPO reaction higher to the drop, you have a huge, magnificent drop of about 60%. And this was the moment I'll remember for quite some time, because within that time frame, I was buying 2-year contracts on Facebook calls in the 50 strike. And you can clearly see that shortly after that, within that 2-year time frame, actually Facebook hits almost $100. So I was buying those 50 strike calls for 50 cents. Actually, there were 45 and 50 strike calls at the time when Facebook was hitting its lows right here. So as you can see, I'm not a 100% bear as most of the people believe. I just don't like to buy stuff when it's doing this. And that's exactly what the Coin IPO just recently went through. And if it was to match what Facebook did back in 2012, then the trajectory is clear. The trajectory is right here. And actually, let me see if I can actually magnify this for you guys so you can see a little bit better on a different time frame chart right here. If we can pull this up a little closer so you can visualize this. All right, so basically this is where Facebook IPOs. This is the huge drop that follows right here to the 24, 26 area. This is the bounce that ultimately follows by a much more substantial drop to this level of 1750. Okay, so this is the trajectory that you're likely to see with Coinbase. So expect a sharp drop, which we just began that sharp drop, because if you take this stats right here, $44 down to 25. I mean, that's almost half. All right. If we take a look at Coinbase, it hit a high of like 420, and now at the time I'm recording this, it's like $300. So that's a barely, 25, 30%. We still got another 15, 20% to go lower from here, which can easily put us at $250 on coin. And then expect a bounce and a further drop. If we're to measure the percentages, coin stock could easily hit a low of 155. That would be an aggressive move if it was to match exactly what Facebook did back in the days. And if it wasn't to make such an aggressive move, we can easily see coin shares at like $195. $195. So between 155 and 195 is where coin could be traded in the next 60 days. With a grander part of the move that could come still right now. Right now, guys. I'm recording this on April 22nd. So between April 22nd and May 22nd, I mean, we could see coin at 250, 220. I mean, it could easily drop to 200. We already showed you our analysis of the Bitcoin chart, basically saying it could easily drop to a level of 48. And if it doesn't hold the 48, the next stop is 44. If it breaks that, we're at 38K, where Alan's been accumulating Bitcoin. So basically, we got an easy move in Bitcoin of about 30%. It would be fair to say that if Bitcoin was to move lower 30% from here, we could see an easy 30% move in coin. We can easily see a 30% move in coin. We can easily see a 30% move in coin from the level of 300 down 30%, guys. That gets you pretty much close to the damn 200 level. Okay, so the 230 strike puts are currently going for like $1, $2, guys. This is an easy move to, from 230. You're going to be $30 in the money on these contracts, guys. I mean, that's a 30x. If it drops to 175, it could be at 50x. So this is a very, very easy trade. On a very, very short time frame. Based off history of Facebook, coin is positioning to do pretty much identical move. 13 market moves have been pointed to this potential move coming. We just got a highly bearish sequence that specifies this move is about to take place. Now, with all the stuff I've shared you guys, Bitcoin, to summarize this, Bitcoin typically fronts run the market and showing you what the next move in the stock market and major stocks is going to be. If you understand that, you can get ahead of the move in the market and you can benefit from the market drop substantially. When the market nails the bottom, just as the bottom will always come as it did with Facebook shares, at $17.50 roughly. Back then. So it can happen again now with the shares of Coinbase. So a level of about 155, 175, 195, that would be a level at which you want to come in and initiate a long-term position on coin. But you definitely don't want to do it now, because if you keep buying the dip on coin right now, despite of all the analysts, at this point we had 3 analysts come out and say coin to 385, coin to 420, and it's not reacting healthy to these analysts' upgrades. In other words, we're seeing exactly the opposite, what I would call a divergence in the behavior of the stock. An easy example would be Tesla shares. Every time analysts upgraded it over the course of the last year, with the exception of the last 3 months when we've been highly bearish on Tesla, every time the analysts upgraded Tesla, what happened? It went exponentially higher. In this case, with coin, you have exact opposite characteristic. Every time analysts upgrade it, what do you have? Coin moves lower. On what appears to be a highly positive catalyst and a hot stock, and it's making the opposite move. So when you combine all these signs, guys, this is an easy trade anybody can take. If you still don't understand how to put this trade on, maybe they're new to the markets, maybe you made a bunch of money on being a bull in the markets, but you don't understand how to make money by shorting the market. That is how to profit when things drop, when Bitcoin drops, when market drops, when Amazon drops. If you don't understand how to exponentially increase your trading account by betting against the market short term, it can definitely increase your positions, your long-term positions, and it can definitely position you to buy the market at the right time for your longer-term holdings. So if you'd like to learn how to do that, guys, make sure you click the link below this video, schedule a 20-minute coaching call so you would know exactly, like literally, what strike, what expiration, when do you want to actually pull the trigger. You want to do this now so you wouldn't miss out on this killer home run opportunities in many stocks and many sectors, guys. So let's roll. I'll catch you on the next video soon, guys. Make it happen.